Good morning, everybody. I'm so sorry about yesterday. As you can tell, I still have a little bit of a summertime cold, but I'm getting through it. I promise it's working its way out. Today is Hump Day. You know what that means? We say hi to Mike. We talk about how we're wearing pink. Good morning. Hey, it's Cat Pay. There's Rexy. There's our girl Connie. So, this Devil's Den thing is insane. The FBI has given advice, and here's a real barn burner for you. They're saying if you come across this dude, don't approach him, call 911. Yeah, I don't think I would approach him. I don't think I would. They're saying that they believe he is wounded from the attack, which right now they're saying appears to be random. So he just hid in the woods, covered up his license plate. We don't even know what state he's from. Went straight for the dad, even though it went Clinton, Krista, and then the two girls. So he ran out and went straight to him. That don't sound random to me, but hey, who am I? I'm not in the FBI. I'm not as cool as Jennifer Coffee Grabber. Just appears to me that it's not random. It seems very targeted to me. But again, that is what they're saying. If you see this guy, and he at this point, he could be anywhere. This happened on Saturday. He could be in the Ozarks. He could be in Southwest Oklahoma. Hell, he could be having barbecue in Memphis. I don't know. He could be on Broadway in Nashville. No one says he still has the black sedan. There's a lot of black sedans. And they don't know what state he's from because he had the license tag covered up. Okay, now you remember in the Koberger situation, Idaho 4. They did a whole search of Washington and Idaho for cars that match that description because they didn't have a clear reading of the license tag. And, well, they got it narrowed down. And the tip from his sister helped a lot. Now, they have put out a picture of this guy, okay? They've put out a picture. And listen, he looks like any dude at a Morgan Wallen concert. I'm telling you. He's got the scruff. He's got a baseball cap on. He just looks like a normal dude. And my goodness for those two little girls that they could give a description. Let's go ahead and go through our Hump Day ritual, shall we? We know the first thing to do. Got to say hi to Mike.
Oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's Hump Day.
Debbie said, I thought it looked like Ernie Shell. Ernie would love to hear that. I will let him know. And then on Wednesdays, because we know how we do, we wear pink every day, every Wednesday. Pat K has pink nails. Ange threw up some pink. I tell you what, hey, baby kisses. KK has pink fingernails. I have pink toenails. What on earth? What is going on here? My goodness. Now, if you want your own We Wear Pink on Wednesday shirt, it is right there. You can email me at cll72020@gmail.com and I'll get you hooked up. Okay? Think about when you order from Wish, Temu, or buy apples at Aldi. Okay? It's regular prices, but low quality material. All right? That's how we do around here. By the way, no tariffs. Let's take a moment to tell everyone good morning. Criminal Med, who absolutely loves the CLL merchandise, said, will it match my cool CLL bucket hat? Everything will. Your CLL bucket hat, Criminal Med, you can wear it to weddings, funerals, bar mitzvahs, real estate closings, health insurance. It comes to see you, to sign you up, anywhere. Never worry about that. Yes, you can wear that with anything. Now I'm going to see if this is going to work. Sassy Pants lives in the area, and we were having trouble connecting this morning. And if not, she's going to have to call me on the phone. You know how it goes. This is live. Just Me said, do you do engraving? What? No. Ask me that again, I'll engrave your ass. Love you, Susan. All right, let's see if Sassy Pants is connected. Good morning, Sassy Pants.
Good morning.
Now you hear me. What was going on?
I couldn't get into my StreamYard. I finally just had to go through the StreamYard studio.
Well, that's how
I don't know why it messed up my StreamYard, but
well, that's how you're supposed to do it. Did the link not take you there?
yeah, but I couldn't hear anything. I seen myself up on panel and I was like, okay, well, I can't hear what she's saying.
That's okay. Those things happen. I'm going to go through the comments from the last show, and we're going to get to the updates with the Devil's Den. And then I want to ask you a few questions about what's going on in your neighborhood with this. All right. Debbie Keenan, 6997, said, oh my God, people are crazy. Killing people in broad daylight, and I'm praying for the children. For real. Phyllis Davis said rangers need to carry protection. Well, they do. They do, but they weren't there in time. They do. And remember, these little girls had to run to the visitor center to get help. That's when they were radioed. That's when 911 was called. That's when Arkansas State Troopers got there. They do, but the guy was gone. That's the truth. A lot of people said, missed this. Phyllis Davis also said, because I was complaining about body odor in the summer, okay? Kind of like Candace Wells. And I said, you don't want onion armpits. Phyllis Davis said, use secret gel and shave under your arms, Brooks. You will then be stink-free. Great job on the show. Phyllis, I know how to bathe, but thank you for that. All right, Sassy, so what is going on around there? I hear highways are shut down. They're telling people not to go to certain parks.
Yes, ma'am. It would be better not to go to the parks anywhere. To go hiking up in the woods, whatever parks there are, the state parks, the rest areas. I wouldn't go to the rest areas neither.
Mm-hmm.
Those are horrible places also.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I understand, this guy had come all the way from Devil's Den into Cedarville, which is close to Van Buren and Fort Smith, which is where I'm at in Fort Smith. So we will be on the lookout for this creep.
Okay, so I heard that too, that he was going towards the Fort Smith area. All right, so here's the whole. I said, just looking at the highways, which one goes in, one goes out. I'm like, it's going to be one of the two. He's going to be up in the Ozarks, or he's going to be in southeast Oklahoma. They believe he was spotted in Fort Smith. Then, well, the FBI's involved. I'm not worried about that. He's going to wind up down in southeast Oklahoma. And that's it's going to be very hard to find him there. I mean, hell, that's where bank robbers used to hide. There's tons of caves and stuff there.
The only thing I can say is stay clear of the state parks, the rest areas, all of that kind of stuff, and be out on the lookout for this car that he's driving. It's a sedan. It's a 4-door sedan, and half of the tag plate's taped. He could have ditched his car. There ain't no telling where this man is. There ain't no telling what he's done.
Okay, so this area that they're talking about, okay, Danny Dane, she's from the area as well. She said there's tons of caves in Devil's Den.
Yes.
They have eyewitnesses that said the person with the license tag that was covered up with electrical tape, duct tape, whatever you want to call it, fled. Nobody thought anything of the time. And it makes you wonder. There's tons of black sedans, okay? And they're saying, well, it could be a Mazda. Okay, there's tons of black Mazdas on the road.
Right. How did they get, I don't understand, okay? They got the picture of the back end of the guy, but how did they get the front end of the guy if nobody's seen him?
The girls that saw their parents get murdered, they gave the description.
Oh.
Okay, so let's look at his sketch. And again, he looks like just a normal dude, okay? Now, what isn't normal is when it's hotter than Hades. You have a lot of background noise. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm just driving. Hang on, I'll mute it. I'll be done driving in a minute.
Oh, okay. Hell. Okay, sir, I didn't know that. You know, he's wearing basically like wintertime clothes. Put in private chat when you're done driving, okay? Hold on. Twister said you can't pack lead in state parks. I don't know about Arkansas. You can in Oklahoma. So I don't know. I don't know about there. You can in Oklahoma. Okay. Doesn't bother me. But I mean, nobody was really thinking that day that some guy was going to be in the woods and stab somebody to death, or two people, and then drive off in maybe a Mazda, a black 4-door with electrical tape over the license tag. That tells me this is not random. Now, obviously, I don't wish any harm on the girls at all. None. But he went straight for Clinton. Okay, Sassy said she is done driving. Okay, good. Let me ask you guys, put a 1 in chat if you think this is targeted. Put a 2 in if you think this is just totally random. All right, you done driving, Sassy?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, it's crazy for sure. Susan said he had an agenda. Angel 1, Angela 1, Melanie 1, Chrissy 1. Okay, this is what I need to know. Danny Dane said you can carry in Arkansas state parks, but there are guidelines. Okay, just like Oklahoma. Thank you, girlfriend. All right, this is from THV11. and they are going to show us the sketch.
Search for the man state police believe killed a couple on a hiking trail in Devil's Den State Park.
In the last hour, state police releasing a composite sketch hoping to get help identifying who he is. He is described as a
Wow.
Okay. That looks like dudes I see at the Quick Trip. Okay. That actually looks like my husband. Not gonna lie. You got some scruff, you got a ball cap on. You know, I don't want the girls to be like, oh, you know, I don't want anybody, you know, ragging on them, because I mean, they are the heroes here. Their mom yelled, run, run. And they did. And they went to the visitor center to get help. Now, the family had recently moved from Montana, I believe. Is there any chance that this guy followed him?
Probably so.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know.
the white male with a medium build. And a new detail tonight, investigators think he will have an injury from the attack that left 43-year-old Clinton Brink and 41-year-old Kristen Brink dead in front of two of their children.
Initial reports indicate the man had on a shirt with sleeves rolled up enough to look like a tank top. He had on fingerless gloves and a dark ball cap and pants.
Okay, safe to say he doesn't have that on now. Okay, safe to say he changed clothes. But very interesting. Arkansas state troopers said he is likely, actually very likely, to be injured. So they obviously found some blood at the scene that is not Clinton's and is not Krista's. Now then, if they have his DNA, the FBI will run it through what's called the CODIS system. If he has a record, okay, it's got to, if he's had an issue in the past with the popo, he's going to be in the database. Sounds to me like they're saying that they know that he was injured there. What do you think, Sassy Pants?
Yeah, I would agree.
And a lot of people say this looks like Travis Decker. And I'm like, well, I mean, honestly, I'm looking, it could be anybody. This looks like my neighbor across the street. Okay. This looks like Ernie Shell. The only white guy it doesn't look like right now is Don Wells. And could you imagine if he was there? And I can't tell you all the emails I have received by people saying it's Don Wells. I'm like, I don't think so.
Oh, Lord.
Because we know
looks nothing like that.
Because, we know Don's in the system, okay?
Investigators believe he could have left the state park on State Highway 170 or State Highway 220 near the park.
Okay, so he went down to Cedarville heading towards Fort Smith. All right, so that was kind of one of my guesses, and that's all I can do is throw out uneducated guesses where I said he's either going to wind up in the Ozarks, going north on 170, or he's going to wind up over in southeast Oklahoma taking 220. Are you there, Sassy?
Don't you have to go? Okay, when you come out of Cedarville, you come down go through Van Buren, and you come down to the interstate, and you make a right, and you go into Oklahoma that way. You go into Roland and Muldrow and places down in there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, it won't be a straight shot. He would have to get an exit to go on I-40. You're exactly right.
Right.
And so if they have traced him going through Cedarville, okay, he can make a right on I-40 and go into southeast Oklahoma, or he can make a left and head through Little Rock into Memphis.
Yes, you're correct.
All the way. Hell, he can go all the way to the ocean if he goes left.
Yep.
Park. 170 runs north of Devil's Den and connects to I-49 in West Fork. 220 goes from the park through Crawford County and connects with Highway 59 in Cedarville.
Now, it goes without saying, giving people an idea of what to look for is a big help when trying to catch a fugitive.
Lauren Spencer spoke with a nationally known expert when it comes to catching people on the run to learn more about what might be going on behind the scenes of the investigation.
Medic Force, circular first responders, stage for police, assault, possible stabbing.
And there's been a lot of questions. Was it a pew-pew or a stab? He was stabbed. They were both stabbed. Okay, my husband said if you were smart, you wouldn't go on I-40. The cameras would catch up near the scale house, especially that one in Van Buren going into Oklahoma.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. I think that's what Dainty Dane was saying. She said the Dora exit is what he would have taken if he was going into Southeast Oklahoma or to get on I-40. And we know there's cameras getting on those exits.
Yeah.
I think, well, I mean, did he ditch the vehicle or not?
I don't know. He could have.
I mean, they said that he was traveling to Cedarville.
Yeah. But he could have got there and ditched his vehicle. He could have got anywhere and ditched that vehicle.
Mm-hmm, for sure. For sure.
Especially if he knew somebody that lived down in this area
Mm-hmm.
and he was going to their house.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got a train coming by here.
That's okay. Mute yourself. It's fine. I know how that is. Johnny said it could have been a rental car. Well, let's hope it was, because that'd be very easy to track. So you're looking for somebody who has an obvious wound, okay, in a black four-door, maybe a Mazda. They haven't given really a full description of the car, like what year it could be. Not that that would matter to me. Hell, I don't even know what year my own car is. Christina said, I'm assuming they have collected some DNA since they are sure he is injured. Exactly. Because when they made it crystal clear that he is injured, that means they found somebody else's blood there on the trail. Okay? I mean, shoot, by now with all the back roads and everything, he could be in East Texas. We heard several people on the trail saying they were from East Texas.
Devil's Den State Park.
Patrick McCall says the remote setting of Devil's Den combined with the nature of the crime paints a chilling picture.
It's a pretty heinous crime. I mean, these two people who are fairly new to the area were enjoying the outdoors and the amenities at this particular area they moved to.
Investigators say the suspect's license plate was covered with tape.
Someone asked why they moved there. My understanding is it's for employment. His wife is a nurse. Well, was a nurse. And I'm not quite sure what Clinton did for a job. And as far as it's going to take them, how long it's going to take them to test the blood, I don't know. I know in Memphis, when Eliza Fletcher was killed by Pookie, it didn't take the FBI or TBI. It was a hop, skip, and a jump. And they had Pookie's blood. They had his DNA. The CODIS system blew up like a new tanning bed, and they went and found him. Rex, he said, I heard he was going to deliver milk. That's right. He works for Prairie Farms. I'm sorry. Thank you for that. Thank you for the reminder.
doors and the amenities that this particular area they moved to.
Investigators say the suspect's license plate was covered with tape, something McCall says only would work for a short time.
At some point, that individual had to have taken that tape off. He couldn't have driven maybe 10, 15 miles with that on. It would raise suspicion for law enforcement or even a passerby who had the knowledge to say, wait a second, this gentleman's covering his plate. Something might be happening. They could have taken a picture with a smartphone. Maybe they have a dash camera in their vehicle that captured this.
I relay to the office that we found the victims down here. They're on the lower Devil's Den Trail. I've got two bodies.
McCall says the lack of information being released has everything to do with holding evidence close, but says behind the scenes, the work is nonstop. What kind of tools or tactics are typically used in a manhunt like this?
They're going to go through these people's personal lives with that fine-tooth comb to see what's going on, and then deploy some technology that we discussed in terms of license plate cameras and social media searches and cell phone records to kind of determine who was in those areas.
He says the killer likely knew the trail and likely knew how to avoid being seen.
This individual probably enjoyed the park just as these people did, right? Regular goer to the park, did some surveillance and found his perfect hiding spot in here. So anybody that seemed out of the ordinary 3 months ago, 6 months ago, or as recently as the day of should be reported to law enforcement.
Okay.
Wow.
Lots of people, when they go out to fish, kayak, especially hikers are really big about having the GoPro, you know? And that's how I think that they have the picture of the back of him as he was going back through the woods. That's just my assumption, okay? So News Nation is on it, a little late to the punch, but this guy is saying he believes it's random. I've been wrong before. Doesn't hurt my feelings. I promise it doesn't. I don't see how it could be. The only reason he killed the wife is because she was trying to save her husband. She yelled for her girls, "Run, run, run." And she was trying to save her husband. He was not attacking her.
For more on this is Chris Swecker. He is former assistant FBI assistant director. Chris, thanks for coming on. I'm so sorry it's under these circumstances. This is day 3 of the manhunt. He left the park. The license plates were covered. How do you even go about finding that vehicle now?
Yeah, you can assume that he's either ditched the license plate and or the car. And, there was no real-time chase. They were probably several hours behind him because I think it took the children a good while to make their way back to the visitor center. So he has got a very, very long head start. So this is challenging, and I think that's why you see the Arkansas State Police being so proactive in going out to the public with their description of the.
This is true, Rexy. This is true. He went right up to the husband and stabbed him in the heart, stabbed him in the neck. And that's what's been reported by the Arkansas, what's it called? The Arkansas Democrat or whatever. That's what's been reported. I can't say that I know because I wasn't on the trail. But that's what's been reported. Now, we know Travis Decker did not kill his children using a knife. And serial killers normally use the same, I'm just going to say weapon. He put bags on his girls' heads and zip tied them and threw them in the gully. Teresa said his motive may have been to abduct the girls. Well, that's a good theory. It really is. That's a good theory. And they won't know until they find him. If they find him alive. Now, right now we have Arkansas State Troopers. Missouri's on high alert. Tennessee's on high alert. Mississippi's on high alert. Louisiana's on high alert. Texas Rangers are on high alert. Oklahoma State Troopers, God bless you all, they're on high alert. U.S. Marshals, FBI, I mean, they have the whole kitchen sink in this.
The car, all the little details are out there now. Those are the only details we're getting. We don't have much details about the actual crime scene, but clearly they are being very active out there and trying to get the help of the American public.
Chris, given the remote location and how the suspect escaped, does this seem random or targeted to you?
It seems, this is not the first time that something like this has happened in a state or a federal park, national park.
But not this park, my dude. Not this park. Let me ask Sassy Pants. What I read is that basically people they might steal a beer cooler, but nothing like this has ever happened in that park. Do you know different?
No, because I've never really paid any attention to Devil's Den State Park. I've been there once years and years ago, but I've never heard of anything on it. I don't watch the news though, but.
Well, I think you would know. If they were saying that people were being murdered there.
I've never heard of it myself, and I lived in Fayetteville for a long time. Now, I have heard of people like getting stuck in the caves and not being able to get out, and then finding bodies down in the caves, skeletons. I've heard of that. But just a random killing? No, I've never heard of that.
Danny Dane said it's very safe. Twister, what are you talking about? It happened on the Appalachian Trail. This happened in a state park in Arkansas, not far from the Oklahoma border. Do you see that little dot on the screen? You see Arkansas and next to it's Oklahoma. Do you see that? What do you mean the Appalachian Trail? I don't know what you're reading, but that's no.
There ain't an Appalachian Trail up in there.
Teresa said, does anyone in chat know if they found the 3 people missing in Tennessee that left a baby in the random yard? Yes, I'm doing a show about it at noon. If one of my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful moderators could put the link in, I would like everyone to be there at noon to talk about what's going on in that case. I won't get into it right now. We will talk about it at noon. Okay, Twister, I'm sorry I misunderstood. He said something like that happened on the Appalachian Trail. Okay, I thought you were saying that. I was like, no, I got confused.
It seems, this is not the first time that something like this has happened in a state or a federal park, national park. But this one does seem random. And all of, the others that we've seen in other parks were indeed random. But unfortunately, the remote nature of these types of parks make it perfect for predators like this person here, this murderer here, who can patrol, and sort of troll at will, and choose his victims, and go into action. It's a clinical way of describing it, but unfortunately, the national parks are places where killers like this can hunt.
With your experience in the FBI, what stands out to you about this crime from a behavioral or investigative perspective?
What stands out is that there were 2 children there, that, he chose victims with 2 children. And that seems so incredibly impulsive. If he was going through the park looking for victims, you would think he would choose a lone person or a couple without children who could either you have to deal with as witnesses, or understand that they're going to get back somewhere and report the crimes.
Okay, this is where I disagree with Mr. FBI man. And again, I'm not here to be right. I'm just doing my commentary, talking to my friends, chatting with my friends. I think it's targeted. I do. If he was looking to get kids, he'd have started stabbing and ran after the kids. Okay? They didn't move that fast, and let's face it, it took them a while to find the visitor center. It's not like it was a hop, skip, and a jump. It was more over the river and through the woods to find the visitor center. What do you think, Sassy Pants?
I have to agree. Unless the guy lived in that area and knew exactly where to go. You know, I mean, there is strange people out there. It's getting more and more dangerous.
Well, he could have easily, if he was after the girls, he could have easily dropped mom and dad. And then, I mean, his injuries can't be that bad considering he drove away and he's been seen in Cedarville and they don't know where he went from there. Okay. So he got a boo-boo. Okay. He got a boo-boo. Those girls don't know where the visitor center is. It probably took them a good 30 minutes to find it. They were way out on the hiking trail. And as he in the woods, many people had come through hiking. It was a really popular day to be out.
I wonder how many people were actually out there on the trail. And I don't know why these hiking trails just don't have deer cams out there.
Well, they might. I don't know. We don't know all the information right now. Okay, Danny Dane said, we have so many license plate readers in Arkansas. Trust and know that ASP is going to find him. And that's what I'm hoping for. But considering his license plate was covered up, obviously at some point he had to change clothes. And obviously, maybe he took the tape off. I don't know. Everybody in Arkansas is looking for a black 4-door sedan with duct tape, electrical tape over the license plate.
I think he was more interested in getting out there quickly and not wasting any time. You know, he put tape over his license plate, so he clearly had presence of mind. Maybe he did that ahead of time. And the description of the car, you know, we don't have the tag itself. All we have is a description of the car. So there's some calculating maneuvers here and some evidence of pre-planning.
Okay, so right there, he says there's evidence of pre-planning because he used all that tape on the license tag. And he said, we don't have the license tag. So, I mean, are they going to pull over every black car with 4 doors? I don't know. I do not know how they do their police work. I have no idea. What do you think, Sassy Pants?
They might. I mean, if they have, like, what do they call them? Those stops? The roadblocks, you know, they could, like, let so many of them go by and the black ones they get. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how they do the roadblocks, but I've never been through the roadblocks. But they could stop every black car that they see going through those roadblocks.
Well, at this point, I think they have a good idea what the license tag is, or they wouldn't say that he was headed to Cedarville.
Correct. And they would have the police down here on lookout for it.
Well, I guarantee they are.
Yeah.
Guarantee they are. You can't tell me Arkansas State Police doesn't know what they're doing. Remember that time?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Remember that time Baker Mayfield got drunk in Fayetteville and the Arkansas State Police beat his ass? Yeah, they don't screw around.
No.
This is just so tragic. Local police are, like you mentioned, asking the public for help in finding any images, video, information about the suspect with limited surveillance because this being a state park. How do you narrow a suspect profile?
Yeah, I mean, the calls for video is pretty random because it's so remote out there. You know, what you deal with this by tracing the routes.
Hold on. Danny Dane said, I never heard he was headed to Cedarville. Do you have that footage, Brooks? I can't find it. You'll have to rewind. It's the first clip I played. That's where it was. The one where they announced his sketch and believed that he was headed towards Cedarville.
So they think he left. There's only a certain couple of entrances and exits, and then track to where the first camera location is, because there are cameras everywhere at gas stations, at businesses along the way. There are ring videos, there are cars, there's residences. You really got to get out there and do the gumshoe work and do the neighborhood investigations, trying to get some video to see if you can get a better description of the car and the killer.
Chris, how critical is time when it comes to tracking down a murderer like this?
Yeah, I mean, they always say the first 24 hours are critical. In this case, I mean, thankfully he didn't take the children with him.
Yeah.
You know, that is one thing we don't have to deal with. You know, as in law enforcement, they can, you know.
Those babies saved each other. Those babies saved each other. Now, this sounds stupid. It sounds like I've been watching that movie. What is it? Old Country, No Country for Old Men too much. If he's wounded, they're going to have to look for someone that shows up, and he's trying to find something to to repair himself. You know, Sassy?
Yep.
And also trucks. Let's just say he did get to I-40. Trucks have dash cams. My husband's does. It's required by law.
They sure do.
And I do know they're asking truck drivers to please turn in their dash cam if you have been on these certain highways in this period of time.
Yep.
Sort of be very deliberate in how they conduct this search. They don't have to panic, and they don't have to deal with a compressed time frame. So this person is going to get cited somewhere. They always do, and I think we're going to find that this is not the first time this has happened. This type of killing, it seems like they're not isolated instances.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download.
And lots of people have dash cams, whether it's just, for security or insurance, or they have to have it because they have a ticket and they don't want to pay the ticket. Not everyone pays attention, but when all these states are at such high alert, they will go look. Just kind of depends on how they download it and how often they empty it and stuff like that. All right, so here we are. The FBI is definitely involved. They have basically taken over, okay? It says they're assisting, but they have to do a little more than that because they're pretty sure he is headed out of state, okay? I know a lot of people talk about different cases, and they're like, why didn't the FBI take over, Brooks? Brooks, can you sign this petition so the FBI will solve this case? Brooks, can you please post this petition we have for the FBI to please go out and find Sebastian? Brooks, can you please sign this so we can get the FBI involved to find Summer Wells? Brooks, can you sign this petition so we can get the FBI to charge Jen Soto? I'm always like, will do. Don't you worry, I'm on that. Don't you worry about it. Kimberly Mann, how do y'all get a driver to honk? Flash yo titties.
The manhunt for the suspect behind a double homicide over the weekend at Devil's Den State Park is now in its third day.
Police have identified the couple who was killed as 43-year-old Clinton Brink and 41-year-old Kristen Brink. Police say a man attacked them while they were hiking with their two daughters at Devil's Den Saturday afternoon. Both girls, they say, escaped without injuries and are now...
Yeah. Thin Mint said, or use your arm. Not Susan. No, she's a very gifted driver. When she's on I-44, she goes full vag and she gets them to honk. Ask her. If you're on I-44 anywhere around certain areas of Missouri, you might get to see Susan's oven.
Safe with family. Arkansas State Police is leading this investigation. They've not released any other information about the circumstances surrounding the attack. They've also not responded to us when we've reached out for any update on the search, but they did tell CNN today that they hope to be able to release more information tonight or tomorrow morning. Today, 5 News reporter Claire Everbach went back out to Devil's Den to get a feel for the amount of law enforcement that's still at the scene.
And there's quite a bit. She's now live there, Claire. We just got word in the last half hour or so that the FBI in Little Rock is actually helping this investigation. And today you talked to some visitors who were still there after what happened.
Morgan, Darren, I've been out here for several hours, and the people I've spoken to and I have seen a strong police presence as investigators work to figure out who carried out this attack and why.
It was very obvious that something was going on, and
we didn't know what. Thought maybe somebody had an accident on a trail, maybe they fell or something like that.
Those are the words of visitors who were at Devil's Den State Park Saturday when 43-year-old Clinton David Brink and 41-year-old Kristen Amanda Brink were attacked and killed while hiking. Law enforcement says the couple had recently moved to Prairie Grove. Highland Dairy confirms Clinton Brink had just transferred from its parent company in South Dakota and was set to start work in Fayetteville this week.
It is very unfortunate, and
He didn't even get to the first day of work. He transferred. He transferred with his company. He transferred. Now, on his Facebook, I saw Montana, and that Kristen's originally from California. So they're in Arkansas. So here he's supposed to start on, well, today's the 30th. He was supposed to start on Monday, and he is, in my opinion, remember, he was targeted on the 26th and didn't start his job on Monday. The whole reason they moved there. Christina said other people passed him on the trail. What's the age range? Of who? Clinton and Krista, they're in their 40s, early 40s. They moved from South Dakota, and he was starting his job, supposed to start his job on Monday. The age range of the sketch, I don't know. Twister's reading my mind. Did he take someone's job? Did he take someone's job? Did he? The suspect, they're not saying. They just have a sketch out. I don't know. I do not know. No idea. There was a lady in one of the Facebook groups, and you know how I just love those Facebook groups, especially when they tell you what you can and can't say, or how they will not allow this or that. You know, censorship and telling me how to think in America. Woo! Sign me up, Miss China. I don't like that shit. But some people roll that way. Criminal Med. South Dakota to Arkansas. Why did they move? He took a transfer. Okay? He took a transfer. They moved. He obviously got a promotion. He got a raise. Whatever. Maybe they wanted a different area. I don't know. It happens quite often. People say, hey, these are better schools. This is better for our children. Let's go. The company's going to move us. Let's go.
Our hearts just go out to
the
family and the victims.
everyone
and
that
just,
witnessed that.
It's
and
just, our hearts break for them.
And we love to hike. We love to go out on trails. We love to go hiking with family, and it really puts it's very somber out here.
Police say the Brinks were walking with their two daughters, just 7 and 9 years old. Both girls are now safe and with family.
You feel guilty, really, for being here, and it's like you want to have fun, but you don't want to have fun because you know what's happened. You just never know. You never know, and I think the hardest part is not having cell service.
Visitors say the tragedy is...
Okay, that's another thing. Okay. The cell service. We've heard it over and over and over. The cell service. They said you have no cell service there. Sassy Pants, when you were at Devil's Den, did you have cell service?
I didn't take a phone.
Mm-hmm.
That was many, many, many years ago. I was a teenager.
Okay, I understand. Danny Dane said...
We had rotary phones then.
Oh,
the phones that they had in the cars. We had those, but
I know.
never used them.
Well, I didn't know exactly when you were there. You said a while ago, so I thought it could be 2 years. I don't know. I mean, a while to me could be me getting out of bed, or it could be when I went to South Padre Island when I was in 6th grade. I don't know. A while means different things in the South. Danny Dane said, according to their in Texas, they didn't know anyone in the area, but what do they really know? Truth be told, if this truly is politically motivated, like some people have theorized, he may not know the dude either. So if you post on Facebook, you're going to be at the Devil's Den and someone's upset with you, they might make special arrangements to be there. Let's see. Exactly, Cam. They move for a lot of things, cost of living, pay grade, and for a family, you do what's best. It's very sad. Yeah, very sad. He was offered a transfer and he took it.
Is a reminder to stay alert, even in places that feel safe.
We do feel safe, but there is a false sense of security sometimes. Have some way of a communication and go in numbers, and just don't be too lax on it. If you have a gut instinct and you see something's not right, you have to speak out.
Others say they've noticed extra patrols throughout the park this weekend and appreciate the response.
They're doing a great job. People, coming through, talking to us. The park rangers came by the campsites and talked to us, and so they've been very, very present and active in trying to, push through and do the best job they can with the circumstance.
State police continue searching for a white male suspect, described as having a medium build and last seen wearing a long sleeve shirt.
I'm not saying this is bad police work, but a white man with a medium build, long sleeve shirt and dark pants driving a black 4-door sedan. You can hit any quick trip in Oklahoma and you're going to find that person. All right? You're going to find that person. Now, let's not overthink it. I'm not saying that the girls made anything up. The girls are their own heroes, okay? And I feel horrible for those little girls having to run off the trail, seeing their father stabbed, their mother trying to protect their father, screaming, run, run, run. Listen, the visitor center is not just across the field, okay? Or through the pines. No. It took them a while to find help. FBI Chrissy said they just described 35% of the male population. Yes. Always late. I don't know. She said, I'm wondering if this guy has anything to do with the 4 deceased people in the case of the abandoned baby in Tennessee, just outside of Arkansas. Well, it's a little further than just outside of Arkansas, but in these cases, nothing surprises me. And don't forget, at noon, we will be talking about that case. Sassy Pants.
Yeah.
How many dudes around your area do you know that are white with a medium build? And even in the summer, they wear long sleeve shirts and dark pants and could possibly be driving a black car?
None that I know of. Because in the summertime, everybody's running around in shorts and t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Devil's Den is on the outside of West Fork. If you're coming back through the, what I call the pig trail, it's the back way. You're going down, you go through West Fork and you come up on Devil's Den, and it's like way out in the country. So yeah, they would have, and if I've never been down the trails, there's a big old duck pond in there, and we'd get on those paddle boats. But those trails, I wouldn't even want to take. I wouldn't even want to walk anywhere in these woods here.
How come?
Oh no, too dangerous. No, too many sticker bushes.
Oh, I got you. I got you. Dye Design said it might help to release what state the license plate was issued. Sounds like it was only partially blacked out. Somebody had to see something. Basically, all the eyewitnesses are saying that the license tag was taped up.
With sleeves rolled up, dark pants, a baseball cap, sunglasses, and fingerless gloves. Based on witness statements, he is believed to have been driving a black four-door sedan.
Arkansas State Police has still not said whether this was a random or a targeted attack. They say it's still an active investigation, and they're encouraging anyone with any information or video footage to come forward. In West Fork, covering news where you live, Claire Everbach, 5 News.
Okay, and people don't think that fast, and I'm telling you, people do not pay that much attention. I can tell you right now, if I'm out hiking, good luck finding me on a 105-degree day hiking. I really wouldn't think anything about anybody's license tags, okay? Law 615 said, I know it's not him, but that sketch kind of resembles Ernie Shell. He's going to be flattered by this. I'm going to tell him what you guys are saying. Now I'm going to put the link down because we have a lot of locals in here. A lot of locals. I can tell by the way you're talking, okay? And they said, this is what that was what was said originally, is that he had the long sleeve shirt rolled up like a tank top, but he had on the fingerless gloves and the long pants. Now, I haven't heard anything about what kind of footwear he had on. Have you, Sassy?
No. I just seen it pop up on the news the other day, you know, and they were talking about it. But me and Nana got to talking about it the other day, and she said that those people probably got followed. That guy randomly followed them into Arkansas. They might have knew him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is from 5 News out of Arkansas, and it's being covered in Nashville, Tulsa, Memphis, Dallas. I mean, everyone is talking about this.
In that Devil State Park is now.
Well, hello, Chrissy. What's up? What the hell happened? What's going on? Where's Chrissy? Oh, Chrissy, I lost you. Morgan said the suspect followed his GPS. Check his GPS records on his phone, and you should be able to find the suspect. Chrissy, I'm gonna put the link back up. Go ahead and come up.
Oh, and it's fourth day.
Arkansas State Police say the suspect killed Clinton and Kristen Brink while they were walking with their daughters. Both girls escaped unharmed and are with family tonight. Well, State Police released this photo today showing the man that investigators...
Well, whoever named Chrissy grabbed the link. Oh, Chrissy said no, thank you. Yeah, Ernie could pass. Chrissy F said me, I just came in. No, it wasn't you. This person doesn't have an avatar. We'll figure that out later. Okay, white man, medium build, long sleeve shirt with sleeves rolled up, dark pants, dark cap, sunglasses, fingerless gloves. Huh, okay. Alrighty then.
Are looking for in relation to those attacks. He's believed to be a white man with a medium build.
They have not revealed any details about a possible motive or how it happened, but a press release last night noted the suspect may have suffered an injury during that attack. 5 News reporter Bo Russell has been following the story over the past 4 days.
He's at Devil's Den right now with the latest from State Police on the manhunt. Bo.
Yeah, here at Devil's Den today, there's been little to no police presence, but I was able to speak with Arkansas State Police earlier today. Nick Genty with ASP tells me that information is being held tightly as they don't want to hinder an active investigation. However, he also told me that police are actively seeking support from the public. He's asking anyone with a GoPro or camera who is here on Saturday to comb through their footage and to send it to police. He warns though of posting evidence or any information online. He says with so much information circling, it's possible anything posted on social media can hurt people who have nothing to do with this case. One area resident I spoke to says that he hopes police have a lead that they're not sharing.
I'm just like hoping that they maybe have information that we don't know about, and hopefully there's like some lead, if any lead, and hopefully they're able to, catch the person.
Oh, it's Rapper. He cloned Chrissy's account, and he came in and he was going to grab the link and he said, unmod me, please. And I'm like, what? Rapper. Come on, we're doing serious journalism here, Rapper. Right, Sassy?
Yes, we are.
One area resident I spoke to says that he hopes police have a lead that they're not sharing.
I'm just like hoping that.
Okay, Screech from Saved by the Bell, he seems to be really worried. He also looks like Ruthie's brother from Ozark. He's shit his pants. I don't think he wants to be working the parks anymore. What do you think, Sassy?
I wouldn't want to be working them either anymore.
No, I wouldn't want to be out there because, I mean, how many? Okay, let's look at the trajectory of the other parks, because remember, Arkansas is the natural state. There's tons of different parks. So could he possibly be in another park? I know they said he's been excited.
He could very well be.
Okay, but if he...
I mean, look at that one guy that escaped from prison. He was in the same town for like a week or two. Remember? He was a police officer. And he went to jail for doing bad things to... I do believe it was a woman or a child.
Mm-hmm.
But he had been a police officer like years ago, and they finally caught up with him and put him in jail. He broke out of the prison here in Arkansas, and he stayed in the same town for like 2 weeks almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Danny said he could have gone up to the Ozark National Forest. Just because someone might have seen him in Cedarville doesn't mean that's where he's at, because they still do not have a positive identification. Teddy said, who did the drawing of the guy? The police sketch artist.
They maybe have information that we don't know about, and hopefully there's like some lead, if any lead, and hopefully they're able to, catch the person.
Jenny told me that, quote, no tip is too small, and anyone with information should send it to Arkansas State Police Troop L. And again, he's reminding the public not to post evidence or any tips online, but again, to send it to law enforcement. Live in Devil's Den, covering news where you live, I'm Bo Russell, 5 News.
All right. All right. Chrissy F. said, what case is this? The murders at Devil's Den in Arkansas. I saw it on the news Sunday morning, and I didn't know where it was. So now, what are people locally doing to keep themselves safe?
I would say staying out of state parks.
Okay.
Just in case he shows up at one of those state parks.
Yeah. All right. Well, again, we're going through the latest right now, and I appreciate you coming up.
You're welcome.
Danny Dane said, you could be right, Criminal Med, because the guy I saw on the news said the suspect has light eyes, blue or green. Just Me said they're describing his height, 5'10" to 6 foot. Jaden said, we all know who the sketch looks like, but looks like this guy a bit too. I know. I'm going to message Ernie right now and ask him where he was on Saturday. Okay, give me a second. Let's go through this.
The manhunt continues for the suspect in last Saturday's deadly attacks at Devil's Den State Park. Arkansas State Police releasing the first picture of the person of interest. Today, there it is on the right side of your screen. Yesterday, police released a composite sketch of the person of interest. There you see on the left side. State police believe the suspect is a white man with a medium build. They say he was wearing a long-sleeved shirt with the sleeves rolled up, dark pants, dark ball cap, sunglasses, and fingerless gloves. Investigators believe
I just messaged Ernie the link to see if he wants to come up to tell us where he was last Saturday.
could have left the state park on Highway 170 or Highway 220 near the park. They've identified the couple, of course, as 43-year-old Clinton Brink and 41-year-old Kristen Brink. Investigators say their two young daughters escaped without being hurt, but still have not released any other information about the circumstances surrounding this attack. 5 News did speak this evening with West Fork Police Chief Justin Goggins on the deadly attack. He says that although his police department is not involved in the investigation, all tips are being sent over to state police. He says residents should be vigilant at this time while remaining patient with investigators.
I can't imagine the amount of information they're having to go through and sort through, especially early on in an investigation when it's very, very general information that's casting a really broad net, and it's likely to capture a lot of information that could be something, but probably isn't something, but you don't know. So you have to check it all, and that can really grind investigators down and really tie up resources and slow things down.
Chief Goggins says all tips should be directed to state police. To leave a tip, you can call the number there at the bottom of your screen, 501-618-TIPS. We'll continue, of course, following updates from state police and the...
Okay. The pic we saw, the sleeves are not rolled up. Okay. They're
Brooks, take your picture. Do you have a picture of Ernie? Take that picture of Ernie and put it next to that sketching.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
Latest developments as they come into the newsroom on 5 News Plus. To learn how to download it to your smart TV, text the word plus to 785-5000. Just a couple of hours ago, a jury found a Fayetteville man guilty.
Okay, we don't care about that. All right, I just messaged him and I said, can you come on my show? And he said, yes, now. And I said, please. So we'll see if he comes up. If he doesn't make it in time, then so be it. There's always more internet to have, if you know what I mean. So they're showing the scruffy beard. Here, I'll put it up. Hat, scruffy beard, t-shirt, eyebrows kind of drawn down. And remember, this is a police sketch, which, by the way, they do amazing work. You know, in the Susan Smith case, that's how they knew Susan Smith was lying. Now, I am not saying these little girls are lying at all. No, no, no. Don't get it twisted. But they knew that the generic descriptions she gave of the person that never carjacked her, this person does not exist. They said they knew she was making it up because it was too generic. There was nothing. I mean, everybody has something about them that's different. Okay. Everyone. But she had basically a vanilla ice cream, no sprinkles description. And other people saw this person. There he is.
Day or two.
Hey, what's up, Ernie? What you doing?
Always eat. Always eat. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hey, what do you think about this thing at Devil's Den?
I've heard about it. I don't know exactly. I've been. I heard it. The person kind of looks like me or something. Is that correct?
Yeah, a lot of people think it looks like you. I've been hearing on a different channel. So where were you? Okay, I'm gonna interrogate you, Ernie. You ready?
Okay, so it's the one in New Jersey, right?
No, Arkansas.
Oh, Arkansas. Okay. Oh, I don't know about it. No, the one in New Jersey I know about. It also looks like me. And what was crazy about that one in, I think it was New Jersey, is I was probably about 2 hours from there when that happened. It was wild. It was crazy. I got blamed for that one too.
Well, that's okay because you know where you were, and they have DNA. They have DNA because they already said that the man was injured. So, do you think between the U.S. Marshals, Arkansas State Police, Louisiana, Texas Rangers, do you think they're going to find this guy?
I don't know. Like I said, I've just started just hearing about it, and they're saying he looked like me. I ain't even got to look into it, Brooke. Tell me about it and everything. Because literally, I've been working a lot, and I haven't got my own things going. And I heard about it, and I was like, but I ain't had time to even look at it or nothing like that. So okay. What has this guy done? Tell me, kind of give me the refresher of it.
Okay, hold on. Last Saturday, Devil's Den State Park. This couple and their two daughters, they were on the hiking trails. Okay.
Right.
And this man came out of the woods and went right after the father. Started stabbing him, got him in the heart. So I don't know what kind of knife he was using to get through that bone.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So some kind of dagger. Had to be some kind of dagger.
What's the difference between a knife and a dagger?
Well, a dagger is reinforced. A dagger, like with me, one of my favorite, type of daggers is a K-bar. I like a K-bar. A knife, a blade of a knife. I don't have one on me or nothing right now, but a knife blade is a little bit. It's made different. A dagger is thicker. A dagger is made for puncture. A dagger is made. A dagger can go through bone. I mean, if it's forced enough, it can go through. So yeah, a dagger is vicious. A knife will fold or break. I mean, after so much pressure, but a dagger won't. So.
Okay, you can look on the screen. This is Clinton Brink.
Okay.
He was the first victim.
Okay.
And he was. It looks like he was supposed to be the only victim.
Right.
His wife his wife told the girls to run. Okay. From there, the girls ran to the visitor center to get help. But as the wife was trying to save her husband, she was killed too.
Wow. So this guy has just disappeared now, right?
Well, they believe they've seen him in Cedarville, going down to Oklahoma. There's his sketch right there, Ernie.
Let me see if I can do that face. No, just hell no. Wow. I never seen the sketch. Somebody said I look like the guy. There's been comparisons. You know what's crazy? Last week, I don't know. I can't remember. I've been everywhere, literally everywhere. What part of Arkansas was it?
Northwest Arkansas. It's basically due east.
Let me look this up.
Due east of Stillwell, Oklahoma.
So completed. Let's see. I completed. Let me see what I was doing here. Let's see. Okay, so Arkansas. Let's see. Oklahoma. Let's see here. Take me a second. I'm loading this up here. I got all my track here.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. Should be able to bring it up. Oh, here we go. See. So, give me a date.
July 26th.
Oh, July 26th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 26. I was in New Jersey.
Yep. You've been busy. Well, I mean, you're talking about, like Chrissy said, the description given fits 35% of the white male population,
So, how tall is he? How much he weigh?
I've heard everything from 5'9" to he could be 5'10" to 6 foot tall.
Wow. So this is the big thing that's going on right now. Everybody's saying he looks like me.
Oh yeah, and I love it. I like when they said that you were Brian Koberger too. It's okay.
Oh man, I've heard I think they've been really 3. And you know what's crazy about it, Brooks, is everybody takes it to heart. Like I've already had the FBI called out on me again. I've already had. You can't make this up. You just can't make it up. It is what it is. I mean, It is what it is. I was telling everybody, they was like, how did you get that bruise and how did you get that on your hand and everything? Right, see that place right there on my hand? Everybody's asking me how I got that bruise right there going up.
Well, when you're working on trucks,
Well, yeah, you tend to, you get injured, especially when you're strapping things down and you're just all the time out and about.
Yeah, my husband he comes home beat up all the time.
And, and they don't necessarily mean that, you're a bad person and you're out here doing crazy shit or something like that. Some of these people are just idiots. But I'm glad I'm doing this right now with you because I've been getting hit with message after message and I didn't even know this is even like a big thing right now because like I said, I've been busy. So and that's just where we're at right now. I'm gonna try to read the chat right here so I can see it.
All right.
5'10" to 6 foot.
Hey, by the way, do you know who Candace is modding for right now?
I do not, unless it's white boy.
Nope. Andrew.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So let me ask you a question, Brooks. So since we're bringing back into that, I don't know. Are you familiar with lips?
Yeah. Casey? Yeah.
Okay, so you're familiar with it. I never knew that her and Lisa Kay was so heavily into the Summer Wells case. I didn't know that until here recently. Or they was, I don't know exactly what all they done. And
Pause that for a second. Why was Black Sky's Black-Hearted Queen timed out? Oh, I thought it was Black Skies. Sorry. Go ahead, Ernie.
So I don't know exactly what their part of it was, but obviously they're a big part of the Summer Wells thing. And and for the life of me, I can't really put my hand or, put my finger on it. Like, what did they actually do? What was their deals in it? Was they, now that Candace is over with Andrew, of course, and Lips is over there, I was just wondering, where's all this fit in at? That's what I was trying to figure out.
Your guess is as good as mine.
So,
yeah, Jay just said Candace is modding for Andrew. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Let's get back to Devil's Den. I promise.
Yeah, let's get back to it. Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, I'm sure you've come across Lisa Kay Ruitz.
Yeah, did you see the video I done last night about with Tabitha? It was a crazy video, but she pretty much Lisa Kay, she inserts herself into all these cases. I've noticed that. Like
I've known her for going on 6 years.
So I didn't know that. See, I've only met her here like the last 4 or 5 months when I got out of incarceration. But she's dating my brother, and I didn't know that. I didn't know she's dating my brother, and I do now. But I'm like, oh my God, my brother's in prison, but she's dating him. I mean, what is she, like 70 years old or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of odd that she supposedly she's been writing letters to your brother in prison. She's trying to get him out. I don't know.
Well, she sent a picture of Lips, his 5-year-old daughter, to my brother. I don't understand that.
That's very strange.
I mean, why? And she won't. And I told Lisa Kay, I said, Lisa, I said, if you want to clear yourself of this, automatically, Brooks, you know me, and you know how I am and how I think. If you send a 5-year-old, another person's child, 5-year-old, to a convicted murderer, you know what he's around? He's high profile. They're around rapists, they're around molesters, all these people he's around. So why would you send a 5-year-old? Okay, so say I can't see how it was innocent, but she says it's innocent. She was crying. So here's the easy way to do that. She's like, well, Shelby no longer has it on the tablet no more. But the fact of the matter is, you still have it because there's 2 copies of it. You send it. If you send it, you can provide the screenshot of the photo. If it's so innocent, why not just show the photo that you sent? So you don't know what type of photo it is. It ain't just that it's the photo that you sent. It's the type of photo. Like, what was this little girl wearing? If you really want to do it. So her and Shelby was on. There's screenshots out there where they were talking about their fantasies, fantasizing about this little girl, and they were including her in the fantasy. Did you see that? Have you seen that?
No.
Can I send that to you? And it's Lips telling about it because it's Lips' little girl. I can send you the screenshots. It's crazy. I'm sitting here like thinking like, you do understand that this, from the point about it, this is making you look like what we're all in this community against, correct? I mean,
she's the one that took up for Michael Long and his parents.
There you go. Lisa Kay. Oh my God. So
and she's the one that when she talks about Don Wells Jr., she always says, he's on the SO list. And she always says, oh, it was just a Romeo and Juliet thing. Well, not according to the state police in Arkansas.
Well, exactly. It's like she talks about like she's this like she's this investigator herself, but she gets everything wrong. And here's something else too. I've never seen it, and if anybody's ever seen it, please hit me up in my email at shellforces@gmail.com. Show me one time that this woman has actually ever produced a single receipt or a screenshot to validate what she's saying. I can't believe it. I've never seen nothing. You know, she'll come up with these photos and stuff of other people's stuff, and she'll go on with it like the thing with Rose Fly. We all remember that, and I could not get that. Like, was she or is she a part of that? Did she know Don? I mean, I don't know.
When she said she's a family attorney, and I was like, what? And she was telling people in my Discord that the FBI was going to come see him.
She went to the FBI yesterday, supposedly over me and stuff. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the deal was. They said, what did your brother say, Ernie? My brother's using her, okay? My brother's using her with a bunch of other girls. Lisa K keeps putting money on his books so he can, and she says, oh, the phone calls are so expensive. No, Lisa K, it's because Shelby's using the money you send to talk to other women. So it's kind of one of those catch-22s. But Brooks, I can send you those screenshots, and it's going to blow your mind because they're talking about fantasizing. It's whatever. It's whatever. And then Lisa K goes on. If you go, they clipped it. Lisa K goes on to admit that she sent those photos. She sent the photo. So you're like, and then she starts talking about Shelby said that the little girl was a cutie, and then she says it. Well, she's a cutie. So you know what is it? I mean, I just don't understand why these other YouTubers out here they don't want to report on this because we all know that child predators and predators of all types anyways, it ain't that they hide in the darkness. It ain't that they hide in the darkness. They hide within their own eyes. They do this stuff in front of us, but they disguise it in a way that we would never catch it. But if I just don't understand, Lisa talks about she's been with this person and over here, and it's just it's ridiculous. It's really, really ridiculous. It really is.
It's gone on for years. I just think sometimes people get lonely and they have nothing but a cat.
That's exactly what it is. And she messages these inmates. Shelby ain't the only inmate she's probably messaged. I mean, she knows all about this prison system. She knows how this prison here works, that prison there works, knows all about it. And the fact of the matter is, so what we decided to do is go ahead and FOIA the phone calls with Lisa K and Shelby Shell and all of Shelby's phone calls to put them out there. That way, because right now I'm putting up an investigation going around Lisa K. So what that will do is, you know what I'm talking about, it'll put a mushroom together and it'll form, especially when you got the phone calls to you can verify these phone calls. This is what's going on. Because I believe these phone calls will really determine, what is really going on. And that's what we're working on right now.
Okay, well, I'm doing a show about Candace's new alliance tomorrow. So you're welcome to come on. Now I'm going to go back to Devil's Den. It's a wonder Lisa hasn't already said she knows them and changed her high school to Little Rock, Arkansas, or wherever.
If she does, I'm dead. If she does, oh my God.
I could not believe the day that Lily Peters went missing. She changed her high school to Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, and I'm like, okie doke. Now I get it.
Yeah, thank you.
Katani spoke with a criminology expert. What are the details of this case that stuck out to him?
Well, Brandon, Dr. Angelo Brown, a criminology assistant professor at Arkansas State, is not actively involved in this investigation, but as an expert, he said one of the things that stuck out to him the most was the location of the crime.
Someone want to get away with heinous crime, they would probably go to a place like this. It lacks cell phone reception. That's an important factor, So by the time the news got out, he's probably hundreds of miles away.
Dr. Brown also believes that the suspect's preparedness shows some sense of premeditation.
Things made this seem like probably the suspect was planning some type of violent act.
Well, he could have been planning some kind of violent attack, and that's for the actual experts to come up with.
Well, now, was he actually in the woods, in the forest or something like that? Was he hiking or something, or what?
Well, they were coming down the hiking trail, and he was kind of basically laying in wait, and he saw many people come through. He had to have.
So he was just pretty much picking the victim out pretty much, who he could think he could overtake.
He went straight to the dad and started stabbing him in the chest.
Wow.
We have no weapon. We have a sketch, and he is in a black sedan with a license tag covered with duct tape and electrical tape. A lot of people think Travis Bickler.
So do we have photos of his vehicle, his actual vehicle, or?
No, they said you're looking for possibly a black Mazda. They can't give a year, and they don't know what state because everything was taped up.
Oh, wow. So this guy just, I mean, obviously premeditated anyways because it's what's happening. You know, he's kind of like, so it's automatic going to be that anyways. So, no, he's actually killed 2 people now? Is it 2?
Yep, 2. And we don't know who this guy is. We don't know where he's from.
And don't know what type of knife or anything of that, but it had to be some type of pretty much of a verified blade because it had to be enough to puncture through. Couldn't just be just a regular knife. I mean, I don't see it being
to go through bone. Look what happened in Michigan. That guy had that knife. I mean, he could barely get through skin. He started stabbing people at the checkout center. And
well, that's what I mean. A regular knife, a basic 3-inch blade. So let's say this right here. One thing on the knife, when you stab, I like knives. I fool around with a lot of knives. But you say a basic 3.5-inch blade, 3-inch blade, you know, most under a 3-inch blade or a 4-inch blade is illegal anyway in some states anyway to have. But a dagger, you could have anywhere between 7.5 to 9.5, 11 inches of blade. So you have to understand that the blade, you know, the width of it, a regular knife about like this, whether a dagger will be about like this. So you can imagine the reinforcement of the blade anyways, as the longer it gets, the thicker it has to have to be able to withstand the force. And if it's serrated, see, there's all kinds of things on it. See, we don't really know, or I mean, I don't know because I just heard about it. And that's all I can say about it. But, you know, it'd have to be some sort of like, even if it was a army dagger or something like that, it would need to be something of that force to be able to, because a regular knife, I want to be honest with you, it's hard to kill somebody with a regular knife. Unless you go straight for the jugular or whatever with a regular knife, you're not going to, because skin is tough anyways. Your skin, some people's skin is very, very tough.
No shit. I mean, I can't debone a freaking chicken. It takes me forever to get through that. I mean, and I don't know why people think it's so easy just to stab somebody and walk away. You're talking about a totally different piece of metal. Thank you, baby kisses, for the super sticker. Angel on Earth wants you to know, Lisa K said the sketch you have on your thumbnail is Ernie.
You know, make it make sense, right? Make it make sense.
Yeah, what am I going to do? I mean, what am I going to do?
Well, I'll tell you what. You can come and arrest me right now. I'll go in. I'll go in peacefully.
Hey, where'd you put the fingerless gloves, Ernie?
Oh, they're in my back pocket. No, I just played the fingerless gloves. That's another one. Yeah, I know. There's so much with this. Oh my God. See, I didn't know it was really that big, and that was going on is that like that. People started messaging me like, "This is you." The girl that I'm actually talking to right now, she's actually a lawyer, and she hit me up with these photos. She was like, this does look like you, and I'm like. And this is just this morning. I didn't even know how big this was until a while ago. And then I was on the live, and I was just getting into my live, and then you messaged me, and you're like, "Can you come up, please?" And I'm like, "You know what? I'm gonna send all my people over to her too as well." So I told everybody I was coming over there.
I didn't know how many people were saying that people think it's you, and I'm like, "This is not Ernie." You want to hear a story? Okay,
let's hear it.
Okay, my Papa Jack, he always carried a pocket knife. All right. There was a wild hog out in the pasture. Okay. He stabbed the pig, and guess what? The blade bent, and he took off running.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Even there's certain ways in certain areas that you can only, if you're going to hurt somebody or harm somebody, that's only do it. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So there's only certain ways that you can do it, and it would actually be effective. when you talk about, so you look at how much is going. If you even have those lock back knives, the stab, you can hurt, you can really, you could do somebody in with one of those. But think about it. Most of them are cheap anyways, and they bust and they break over. You ever been sitting there with those fold over knives and try to be doing something and it actually closes in on your hands or something, on your fingers, and it hurts like you're like, whoa. And so you would have to have you'd have to have a sturdy, it'd have to be a sturdy blade or something like that. So that's why I say, you know, and I'm just now hearing this, so I don't know.
Yeah,
but with
I mean,
daggers,
I'm not doing a tutorial on how to stab someone. I'm just telling you, I know a little bit about, like when you go and get like, when you go out to the Indian reservation and you get like a huge roast and you're cutting it up for steaks.
right.
Tell you what, I'm sweating bullets doing that. So no, this is totally different. And so for someone to be out in the woods, and don't tell me you can't bring a gun into the park.
Well, see, with me, the reason I know about this because I was training HTA, KTA as a knife training, and there's knife tactics, defensive tactics that you use. You know, there's certain ways you hold the blade, there's certain ways, there's just certain ways you do it, and knowing that the areas you have to, to hit somebody, to hurt somebody, or harm somebody, you're not just going to wait. Okay, so like you said, the guy that was just running around stabbing people, yeah, it's gonna. Unless you hit vital areas, and that's why they teach you, like
I've never had that training, but this guy was obviously in the woods and he was waiting on a certain person. Okay.
I mean, obviously, in see, let's say that it was those two people he was waiting, or that person he was waiting on, and of course somebody tried to do that. So what they need to do is go through that guy's background and find out, connections through there and just see. And of course, the feds are already in it anyways. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. So, I think the guy could have been on something. I mean, you never know. But if the guy, like you said, if the guy already had his tag plates covered up and concealed where nobody could find it, then obviously it's pretty much telling a story that he was there for a purpose, right? Correct?
You better believe it, because I'm sweating bullets when I don't get my tag in the mail on time, and I got to skedaddle down to the grocery store, and I'm like, damn it, they're going to scan my tag, and they're going to say you owe $47 to the state of Oklahoma.
Well, see, here's something else too. You look at a lot of people now. It ain't just they don't tag them. Okay, so let me check this out. Say that the distance, so you have to look at this too. The distance he had to drive, let's say the distance that, distance, thank you, I appreciate you. The distance that he would have to drive anyways, it don't matter if it's just a few miles away. A lot of people would never take that risk of having their tag plate taped and duct taped because that would automatically give a police just to pull you over automatically. It don't matter. People would see that and they'd be like, oh, well, that's automatic. That draws attention to you. So what they probably did is they probably had, now I've heard of this before. They take a piece of cardboard and a little box and they'll take black and electrical tape. They'll take electrical tape and even duct tape and they'll tape around it and tape it. So they'll make that bond form it and everything. Then all they'll do is get that temporary glue put on the back side because that temporary glue is going to bond that tape anyways. And if you stick it to if you just stick it to a regular tag plate, so what he could have done, he could have had his tag plate showing all the way there. And when he got there, he just sprayed that adhesive on it. This is the easiest way to do it and just stick it to it.
Well, they said it was electrical tape. Somebody said it was duct tape. But anytime I go into a park, now mind you, I mean, when we go in, you give them your tag number. They will come out and they will get it. So
That's what I said. That's what I said. I mean,
you must have done it inside the park.
Bingo. And you wouldn't have time. So here's the thing. In order to do all that, you would have to take the plate off, tape it, make sure it's going to stick because regular tape, I'm going to be honest with you. Let's do an experiment right now. Go buy you a little sign, one of those signs that's a tag plate. Try to tape that. It won't stick. It won't stick, people. It won't. Unless you go around it. But who's going to take the plate off? Think about what I'm saying. Who's going to take the plate off enough to go around it and then put it back on there? First off, it's going to take time to do that. You're looking at 20, 30, 40 minutes. Just do that. But when you can just already have it already ready with a plastic, cut out the sign, You already got a cardboard. You already got it taped up. And the thing about it is, once you spray that adhesive is going to bond. And the thing about it is, guess what? To pull it off, all you got to do is get an edge and pull it off. It's going to come right off, and it's not going to mess your tag plate up anyways. So that's how you do that. That's how you get off that. Because if you're sitting there untaping a tag, it's not going to work. So I believe that he made it. Now that hearing this, he probably made it inside the park, got everything he needed to do inside the park, and then he already had the dummy ready to slap on it, and he just slapped over top of it. Then that would make more sense, because I'm telling you right now, regular tape will not stick to a license plate. I know this. It will not stick to a license plate.
Okay, well, you're the expert. Danny Dane said they do not take your tag at Devil's Den. Look, that's what I get. And also, it turns out it's a paper temporary tag.
Okay, if it's a paper temporary tag, then that's a whole new different world. But still, try to tape paper. It's hard to do. It's hard. Unless you just had something else you just slap on it. But temporary tags, that's a whole new different world. They make them in different things. So with the cardboard, some of them are thicker cardboard. So that would work. That would stick to that. Tape would stick to that. But a regular license plate, it will not. It will not.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, honestly,
and it's because the coating that's on the tag plate. Go ahead.
All right, let's go through this.
Shows some sense of premeditation.
Things made this seem like probably the suspect was planning some type of violent act, or at least he was ready, to commit a murder. Covering their license plate with some tape, that's a huge sign that this was kind of premeditated.
According to family members who did not want to talk on camera, the victims, Clinton and Kristen Brink, were walking on the Devil's Den hiking trail when the suspect attacked Clinton with a knife.
And also that makes it more personable, and you have to be more skillful to kill two people stabbing them than with a gun.
He says all of these factors lead him to believe this will be a long search.
It's a very vague description for that region, because that region, that demographic is just the majority of the people. So that's going to make it very difficult for the suspect to be found. It seems that the majority of cases that are similar to this, it takes, a long time, months, years, even sometimes decades to solve these cases.
Okay, it's ideal.
So if it was a temporary tag, anybody can make a temporary tag. I mean, that's, I remember we used to have our temporary tag when I bought this car one time, and I didn't have enough money to, get tagged and everything. And I had a permanent marker out there. You remember how they used to dot it and stuff? You had the little dots and write it down. And I would be trying to change the numbers, give me an extra month or something. Yeah, I've done that before. It's not right, but by God,
Yeah, there's worse things in the world.
Oh, yeah, I know.
All right. Well, you enjoy your lunch. And
thank you.
If you have time, we're going to be doing a show about the little baby that was found in the front yard in Tennessee, and the 4 people were found dead.
Yeah, I'll go over that with you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Be safe.
All right. You be safe, too. Keep America's highways safe. And then tomorrow, we're going to be talking about Candace's new alliance with Andrew Hiltz. All right, this is a lot to go through today. The only reason I brought Ernie up is because people kept saying, that's Ernie, that's Ernie, that's Ernie. I'm like, well, let's find out where Ernie was. Hey, we're here to help, are we not? Put a 1 in here if you're here to help. Yeah, we got off topic a couple times. Chrissy said, what the hell? I'm in Tennessee and haven't even heard about that. Oh, girl, you got to see it. You got to see it. It's one of the craziest things I've ever heard in my life. We're going to be back at noon talking about it. It's going to be a short show because there's not a lot of information, but it needs to be out there. It's insane. If you're in the bushes listening, please subscribe. Please set your reminder. Chrissy F said, what part? Northwest Tennessee. I think it was Dyer County. So there's new information coming out. We're going to do it at noon. And all I can say is what I've been told. Okay? But I don't have to be told that you guys are the absolute best on these nasty YouTube streets. You guys are the best. Mallory said, yeah, Dyer County. That's what we're looking at. So you guys be back here in about an hour. It'll give me time to get something to eat, water my plants, make sure my cat OJ has some victuals, and I'll see you back here. Thank you again, mods. Thank you, Kimberly Mann, for gifting those Crime Lines and Lies memberships. Thank you, Baby Kisses, for the super sticker. Christina said time zone, Central. We are live every day at 9 a.m. Central Time, and then sometimes we have another show at noon. Tell you what. And I'm going to continue covering the Devil's Den case because, well, for one, it's scary. It's not too far from me, all right? So I think we can all agree that it's not Ernie that did this. He was in New Jersey, and his logs will be easy to prove that. All right, so I'll see you guys back here in about an hour. I'm about to pee myself, and love you lots.